When you're providing humanitarian aid, you can expect governments from time to time to try to threaten you.
We all feel pretty much like we're at greater risk of being prosecuted for aiding and abetting. That's the typical thing they hang in front of us.
I worry a little bit, but that's more because I'm a person that worries more often.
There's already a migration crisis which is being triggered by poverty and violence and climate change, which impels people to travel north to the United States. And there's increasing militarization of the southern border, which is driving travelers into the desert. But as humanitarian aid workers, while we cannot fix quickly these larger issues, we can try to mitigate the suffering and death that is caused by these primary factors.
Every day, volunteers go out with four-wheel drives from Tucson, drive the back roads and four-wheel drive roads in the critical areas of the desert, do hike migrant trails with backpacks and do water drops and food drops and provide emergency medical care out there for migrants we encounter.
Helping people survive is part of being human.
Since 1990, we've seen nearly 3,000 people who attempted to cross the border perish in southern Arizona.
This particular one has a lot of toys around it because it was an infant that died in its mother's arms and was found here.
I think there's this assumption that agents view the problem from a different perspective, from one of enforcement and rule of law, and humanitarian groups view it as a moral issue, and those will inevitably collide at the border. They always have, and they probably always will.
The next sector chief is agents slashing water bottles.
I think it's rare that agents do that stuff.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and enter property and search for illegal aliens.
They started to raid the No More Deaths camp. And I was there one morning when 25 Border Patrol agents on horseback surrounded the camp and rode in like it was Custer's last charge or something. I don't know. It was pretty silly. But they threatened us with felony charges and harboring and aiding and abetting and all that sort of thing. The United States Attorney's Office refused to prosecute those threats. Then we put video cameras on various water drops out there and caught the Border Patrol slashing water bottles and pouring out water.
So you get a good shot. Picking up this trash somebody left on the trail. It's not yours, is it? All you have to do is tell me, is it yours? It's not yours. You're not going to tell me, huh?
248-7201-42. Report, tower number 644 to 1225.
Was the agent engaged in behavior that was criminal? I'd say no. Was he not acting like a true professional public servant? Yeah, probably not acting like he should have acted, you know. And those actions have consequences.
We're here to march for a more humane world! A world without borders! A
They want to go and charge people that are leaving water in the desert, literally saving people's lives, because we know that without water, we die. We know that water is life.
In 2018, charges were filed against our volunteers out on Cabeza Prieta for entering federal land without a permit.
Humanitarian aid workers are not smuggling people. They are not, they're not littering. They're not just leaving stuff out there.
But it doesn't absolve them from observing the law, getting the permit.
The superintendent instructed the staff not to give No More Deaths volunteers a permit.
What's happening is they're trying to make it very difficult to try to dissuade people from engaging in this type of work along the border.
When humanitarian aid is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! Humanitarian aid is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! When immigration is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back!
The defendants are going to start. If there are other folks who want to participate and read a name or two, feel free to come up here. So I'm going to start. Lorenzo Hernandez Ortiz. Unidentified, 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 unidentified. Martin Enrique Ortega Quintero. Ambrose Malaya. Alejandro Marin Claudio. Arnulfo Flores Barrio.
Caballero.
Desconocido.
Azael Carido Barrera.